Week 1 is in the books for Iowa high school football, and today we've got rankings again, 7 separate videos on this YouTube channel, 1 for each class. This one, Class A. So if you're not interested in Class A rankings, be sure to head to our YouTube homepage and find the class you are interested in. But nevertheless, let's get right into it with our number 16 team, 16 through 11 in Class A. 16, Kingsley Pearson, they're new to the rankings. They rise up from Class 8 player last year, and they get a nice Week 1 victory against Alta Aurelia, 27-7. Logan Magnolia, they're new to the rankings as well. They beat Missouri Valley 29-8 to launch into the top 16. Panorama, they move up 2 spots. They were at number 16 last week. They'll be at number 14 this week. They beat West Central Valley 28-17. Columbus Community, they're a team we had a lot of hype on before the year. They were at number 4. They suffer a loss to Minneapolis 33-7, so they'll drop back. East Buchanan, another team we had pretty high. They were number 6. They lose to Sumner Fredericksburg, a 1A school, 18-12, so they will drop a little bit. Heading to number 11, Lisbon, they get a nice win against Durant, 42-0, so they will jump up 1 spot. Without further ado, let's get into the top 10 for this week. Number 10, Nashville Plainfield. They jump 5 spots. The Huskies kick their season off on Thursday with a dominant 46-0 win over Postville. Not one, but 2 150-plus yard rushers led the way on offense for the Huskies, and Titus Evans and Aiden Gellner. Again, the Huskies jump 5 spots this week, tying for the biggest leap with St. Ansgar. Next up is North Tama for Nashville Plainfield. At number 9, South Central Calhoun. They move up 1 spot. Gavin Batta, one of my favorite players in the state, and he led his Titans to a 20-point victory over 1A's Pocahontas area. The QB went 11 for 19 for 127 and 2 touchdowns on offense, and also added a pick 6 on the defensive end. South Central Calhoun, they got what I think is the game of the week in Class A. They will square off against our number 5 team, Southwest Valley. A little bit of a teaser there into our top 5. At number 8, St. Ansgar, our Class A rankers team of the week, and by far jumping up 5 spots with Nashville Plainfield. The Saints went up 2 classes and beat 2A's number 8 Osage by 1 point. Junior quarterback Jace Schweisau completed just 3 passes, and they were all to Dylan Brum, going for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a Randy Moss-like stat line from Dylan Brum again. 3 catches, 133 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Next up for St. Ansgar is 1-0 North Union. Number 7, Maquoketa Valley. If you don't know the name Lance McShane, you will now. The senior had 38 attempts on the ground for 278 yards and 4 touchdowns to lead the Wildcats over 1A's Cascade. Maquoketa Valley also picked off Cascade quarterback Will Halsh 4 times in this one. So Maquoketa Valley, again, they jump 2 spots, and they will square off with North Cedar this week. Number 6, North Lynn, another Class A team beating a Class 1A team, and this time it's the Lynx over Albernet in convincing fashion. Jake Van Etten had not 1 but 2 picks on the defensive end for North Lynn, and they, again, another stellar performance for the Lynx over Albernet. Next up is 0-1 Postville. Heading into our top 5 in Class A. Again, I kind of teased it. Southwest Valley. They were just 4 for 12 through the air, but a 21 for 128 performance on the ground from Evan Tiverman led the way. A nice win against 1A's Red Oak will move them up a few spots. And again, they got what I think is the game of the week. They will score off with number 9, South Central Calhoun. So again, number 5 versus number 9 this week in Class A should be a good one there. At number 4, Woodbury Central, they drop a few spots. They pick up a win in week 1, but it was a lot closer than many expected over 1A's Lawton Bronson. That was a 27-24 victory. So again, they squeak out with a victory, but they're going to drop a few spots just because of some impressive performances from the team behind them. They'll get a chance to get back on track, not back on track, but pick up another victory this week against Westwood. Coming in at number 3 is Madrid. Our Class A ranker was really high on the Tigers this preseason, and they showed out an impressive rivalry win over Woodward Granger, bringing home the Battle for the Bridge trophy. Madrid had 365 yards rushing on the ground and averaged nearly 9 yards a pop. Tyler Fuller had 10 for 174 to lead that rushing attack for Madrid. Again, they'll jump up 2 spots to the number 3 spot this week, and they'll get Martinsdale St. Mary's this week. Number 2, Linville Sully, a team that made the Dome last year. Again, they're a solid 175 yards on the ground for the Hawks in a week 1 victory over Danville. Senior Blake Van Wyck added 3 sacks on the defensive end, and they'll square off with North Mahaska this week again. Linville Sully at the number 2 spot, jumping up 1 spot from last week. Number 1, again, second straight class where the number 1 team holds their ground this week, West Hancock. And our Class A rankers' humble opinion, this is the team to beat in Class A. They returned 2 1,000-yard rushers last year, and they're just going to be a tough team to beat. They pick up a convincing win over Garner Hayfield Ventura, and they're going to get a chance to move to 2-0 this week against Belmont Clemmy. So that'll round up our top 16 in Class A this week. If you enjoy this content, be sure to subscribe to IA Sports. Again, IA Football and IA Sports is your home for anything and everything high school football coverage this season. Be sure to check out the rest of the rankings videos dropping today, and we'll catch you next week.